Hotep, Ron here, welcome back again. So welcome to another practice session, tending the wounds of racialized trauma. So let's begin. Just as a quick check-in and a reminder, you will need your journal when we get to somatic inquiry, so that we can keep a record and build our understanding of how we store racialized trauma in the body, and also how we tend those wounds. Okay, so let's just arrive, and in doing so I'd like to invite you to set a couple of intentions. The first intention is to be awake and attentive to your practice and your experience. So bring this intention to mind, notice how that lands in your body. And then also I'd like to offer you a second intention, if you'd like, also to bring the intention to mind that you are willing to lean into that which might be uncomfortable in terms of emotionally and mentally, in relation to tending the wounds of racial trauma. So again, bringing that intention to mind, a willingness to lean into that which might be emotionally or mentally uncomfortable. And again, noticing how that lands in your body for you. And please remember, there's never a right or wrong in this. It's simply about developing your awareness, sharpening your power of discernment through inquiry. So having set these intentions and noticing how our body responds to these intentions, we can now begin to check in. So if you'd like, you can maybe place a hand on the heart area, on the belly, or both on the heart. Or you can just leave the hands resting in the lap, whatever feels comfortable for you this time. Take a nice breath in. And first we're feeling into the physical body, just either literally scanning from the crown down or from the soles of the feet up, or allowing our attention to randomly move around the body, noticing if we're holding any muscular tension. And in the noticing, just having the sense of allowing that tension to dissolve, let it go. And maybe even already you're beginning to notice patterns of holding in certain areas of the body. So any muscular tension which you can notice, again, you're not stuck in this rigid posture, but allow your body to move if it feels to move, in order to relax and release that tension. Before we go on to noticing how the breath is. Is it erratic, static, shallow? How's your breath right now? And again, in the noticing, the breath might automatically change or right itself to a different pattern. Just allow that to happen. And also, if it's available to you, I invite you to just check in, maybe noticing the rhythm of the heart rate, maybe even feeling a sense of the blood coursing through the veins. Maybe you feel this in terms of a throb in the head or the fingers. Maybe you can feel this in terms of literally the heart beating in the chest. Just become aware. Simply noticing. And now we move to heart, mind, body. Noticing the charge of any emotions. I don't know where you're coming into this video from your day, so maybe you are feeling highly emotive, strong emotions, or maybe you're feeling quite fine. Again, it's not so much about the content as just noticing the charge, the weight, maybe the speed of emotions. And then moving towards noticing what our thought stream's like. A torrent, a trickle. How's your thought stream in this moment? Again, we're not interested in the content, we're not interested in the narratives and the stories, we just want to know its general kind of energetic flavour right now. And you can always move your position of your hands at any time. If you want to give yourself a nurturing, supporting hand, that's fine. If you've just left your hands resting on the lap, or if you're happy with them staying on the lap, then just leave them where you're happiest. And from the heart mind, we're going to move into our energy body, the pranic body, the body of vitality, sekhem in ancient Kemetic language. Just becoming aware of what sense of vitality do you have. Have you had a long day at work? Are you feeling a little bit tired right now? How well resourced are you for this practice? Is maybe another way of looking at it. And if you're fully engaged, feeling energetic, ready to go, ready to commit to this practice, then more power to you. Maybe even right now you're at this point in the video and you're thinking, maybe not today. And please go and find time and space to rest. Maybe resource using your environment, your natural landscape to do so. So checking in with the layer of vitality. And now finally just checking in with our capacity to tune into our spacious openness, an open, spacious presence. Can we drop into this quite easily, or is it a little bit elusive? Are we easily distracted by thoughts or emotions or physical sensations in the body? Or are you able to literally drop into your open, spacious presence? Maybe you are, but maybe you're not able to stabilize there for too long, and before you know it, you're pulled out. Again, simply noticing, developing power of awareness and also discernment. And just letting that go. Maybe a little shake out. Maybe extend the legs. And give yourselves a little shake, leg shake, arm shake. Coming back into seated posture. And time for somatic inquiry. So you'll need your journal close to hand. So maybe just put in the date and the time, and again, if you like, placing a supporting hand in the heart, one on the heart, one on the belly. Or maybe you even want to give yourself a set, loving wings, the arms of a set, bringing life to a star, nurturing, nursing, as we have a somatic elicitation. And the somatic elicitation for you in this practice is just maybe noticing how this lands in your body just when you hear the terms or the language racism. How does that land for you? Are you able to feel into your racialized traumatic wounding in this particular session? Does that somatic elicitation enable you to feel into it? And if so, are you able to label? So does it bring a sense of grief, anger, shame, guilt, rage, disgust, despair? Racism, racist? Now maybe you can locate how that and where that lands for you in your body. So whereabouts does something arise for you in the body with that somatic elicitation? So just pausing here for a moment and go into your journal. Somatic elicitation was the term race, racism, racist. Feeling how that lands for you in your body and where it lands for you in your body. And if you could name it. And just again coming back and noticing, if you can, if it's available to you, what are the sensations arising in this location in the belly for me. So what are the sensations that arise there? Maybe I've labelled it, which I did, as a feeling of disgust. It's kind of a sicky feeling for me in my belly. So if I can feel any more into the sensation that comes with that, and in doing so also kind of scribing this as well. So for me it feels like a bit of a whirlpool of energy swirling. And now also, if you can place it on the survival stress hierarchy, so does this energy move you towards fight, flight, or functional freeze, or does it have the capacity to bring you down towards dorsal vagal collapse, disassociation, distant, disengaged, or maybe you don't have a sense of it in either of those states, but maybe in ventral vagal, but it will still have a directional energetic to it. So again, for me, in my expression, I'm feeling a movement down towards disengagement, dorsal vagal. So taking a moment, pausing, scribing. Towards or in. Disengagement. Okay, very good. And just resting your pen and your journal. And again, I encourage you and invite you maybe to create some space, twisting the arms out, shaking it out. Lion jaw maybe. Loosen the jaw. Bare your teeth. Loosen the jaw again. And just settle. And I'd like to invite you to just come onto the knees open. As a preliminary for child's pose. Now we're going to do a short invocation for an ancestor's practice. And we're going to use the tantric model for this. So we're going to speak out loud 3 bijas. Om Jum Sa, and then making pyramid shape, place in front of us and dropping our forehead into that space. We'll do this 3 times, and on the 3rd time we'll stay down there. So if you'd like to join me, bringing the hands to Sima. Om Jum Sa. Coming up. Om Jum Sa. And again. Om Jum Sa. And staying down. Honoring the ancestors. We invoke their presence. We give thanks for their contribution, their support. We ask them now to be present in this practice so that this practice brings support for their endeavours and is also paving the way for the future generations. We honour our lineage ancestors, both of blood and non-blood. We honour the ancestors of the spirits and of the elements, those that are seen and unseen. May all beings in all times and spaces find benefit, So let it be said, so let it be done. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Om. And rising up. So we can move towards a practice here, being as we are on our knees, we as will stay as such. I'm just going to do some little risings. So from this posture here, I'm going to inhale, come up, exhale, sit back down towards the heels. This time we're going to place our hands to our heart, and as we inhale and come up, we're going to open our hands. Inhale, come up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, come up. Open up, stay up, just breathe easy. In a position of being seen here. And we might not feel too comfortable in this, but again we can remember our intention to lean into that which might be emotionally uncomfortable. Very often being seen is not a place people who experience racialized trauma want to be. Inhale, exhale, come down. And just resting here for a moment. Now I'm just going to turn around so you can see. You can now come on to all fours or tabletop. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're just going to do some gentle spine flexion extension. So we inhale, we lift the chin, we drop the spine down through the body, allowing the belly to expand. We exhale, we start to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, arch the back, pull the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, we move back in the other direction. So I want you to inhale, exhale, find a rhythm that's comfortable for you. Inhale as we raise the head up, and we exhale as we tuck the chin, arch the back and pull the belly button towards the spine. That's the cat. Inhale into the cow. The belly becomes like an udder. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Cat, cow. Find a nice rhythm. Really awakening the spine again. And come to a neutral position, head in line with the spine, so just facing down, spine nice and straight, well, straight as it can be. And what I'd like you to do is just open the knees a little bit wider, drop the toes and just push the bottom back towards the heels, come into relaxed child's pose. Bring, if you can, the forehead to the floor, or maybe you can use your fists to support the head if the head won't reach the floor.
just come to a relaxed posture, in general child's pose posture. Just breathe here and just take a pause for a moment, and we can check in again through our layers. Muscle tension, letting go of any muscle tension, checking in with the breath, checking in with the heart rate, moving on to noticing the movement of the heart, mind, emotions and thoughts. And from there, checking in with our sense of vitality. Has it already shifted? Is it much the same as it was when you first checked in? And then for a moment, seeing if we can really rest back into the point of spacious stillness. And just checking that out for a few moments. I'm just going to stretch the hands forward a little. Elbows kind of heading towards the knees. And we're just going to come up onto all fours, bring the knees in a bit closer, tuck the toes. Exhale, pushing up into high pyramid. High pyramid, we want to be on our toes, pushing through the arms. Exhale, lower the heels towards the floor. If they don't quite reach, that's fine. And just breathe here. We're going to take 3 breaths. After the 3rd breath, lower the knees. Drop the toes, open the legs again a little, and just come down again into child's pose. Breathe here, 3 breaths. Coming up, tuck the toes, pushing up again, high pyramid, also known as downward dog, and pushing with an exhalation, heels towards the mat, pushing through the hands, 3 breaths here. Keep the neck loose. Third breath, dropping the knees, pushing the bottom towards the heels, sitting back, once again into child's pose. Three breaths, pushing back up one more time, pushing up, high pyramid on the toes, pushing through the hands. Exhale, heels towards the mat, push through the hands, 3 breaths. Neck's nice and loose. End of the 3rd breath, lower the knees down, tuck the toes, and again dropping down into child's pose. 3 more breaths here. And we're going to come up, reach forward, lower ourselves down, front body, bring the hands just under the shoulders. We're going to do a little mini cobra. So what we're going to do is we're going to not push up through the hands, we're going to actually take the hands off the mat, and as we do so on the inhale, we're going to raise the legs and lift the chest up. So inhale,
Exhale. Come back down. So we raise the hands off the mat on the inhale, and we lift the chest and lift the legs. Once again, inhaling. Exhale. Come down. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. So with our hands now, we're going to literally push up using the head and the chest to basically guide the motion as we come up to full cobra. So inhaling, knees come off the floor, arching the back. You can have the knees on the floor if that's easier for you. Exhale, drop the knees, push the bottom back towards the heels, open the legs a little.
Coming into child's pose one more time. And breathing here for 3 breaths. And just gently coming up
into kneeling position. And from here we can just come onto our side, bring the legs out, and then coming down onto our back. Soles of the feet still placed on the floor. And I'd like to invite you to bring your right ankle to the back of your left knee. So like a figure 4 posture. And just breathe here for a moment. And then lifting the left foot off the floor, reaching through the leg and also around the side, and the left leg to hold the knee or the shin, or you can hold underneath the left knee, the back of the thigh, wherever you can reach easy, and just gently pulling the left leg towards the chest, increasing the stretch on the right hip socket. Just holding here, breathe easy, but still breathe. And I'm just going to allow the left foot to come back to the mat. And whilst the right leg is still hooked onto the left knee, we're just going to allow the twist to come from the right knee dropping down towards the right side, which is hooking the left knee down. So we're getting a stretch in the left side of the body. And then just bring in the left knee back up, which will naturally pull the right foot to. And relax, bring the right foot down, and now inviting you to bring the left foot to the back of the right knee, pausing for a moment. And again, bringing the right foot off the mat, reaching through, pulling the right knee towards the chest and the abdomen, extending the stretch on the left hip. Breathing here. And allowing the right foot to return back to the mat.
And letting the weight of the left knee pull the right leg over as we create a stretch in the right body, the right side body. As the left knee pulls the right knee towards the left side. And I'm just going to use the right leg to right itself, bringing the left leg back up, moving the left foot off the right knee, and also bring it back, sole to the mat. And from this position here, trying to gently rock the sacrum backwards and forwards, so it's like a tilt in your pelvis, so you extend the arch of the lower back when you rock it forwards, and when you rock it back you flatten out the lumbar arch. So you're just rocking the sacrum gently backwards and forwards. This is very much a little mini back bend. And just pausing here for a moment, and just in this posture we can also revisit our check-in, the body, muscle tension, the breath, the flow of the blood, the heart rate. And checking in with the heart mind. And a sense of vitality, pranic body, your vital energy. Just in a way of noticing any change, any difference from the first check-in, the second check-in, and your ability to tune into your silent, spacious presence. And gently finding your way back up into a seated posture. And we're going to do 6 traditional Chinese medicine healing sounds, forceful exhalations. They will be ha, s, shu, wu, trei, and shi. So we inhale, you exhale, ha! Inhale, exhale, s. Inhale, exhale, shoo. Inhale, exhale, whoo. Inhale, exhale, trei. Inhale, exhale, shi. Just pausing for a moment here.
beginning alternate nostril breathing. This helps to both balance our Ida and Pingala Nadi, also our left and right hemisphere, and our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system become more harmonized. So you can either place the middle finger and the index finger at the Agnya chakra point, the third eye point, closing the left nostril, exhaling out through the right. Closing the right, inhaling through the left. Closing the left, exhaling out through the right. Now inhaling through the right. Closing the right, exhale through the left. Inhaling through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close, exhale out through the right. Inhale through the right. Close, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Open the right, exhale through both. And just pause here, just allow the breath to find its own natural rhythm, depth and pace. Moving now towards tending our wound. So either recounting, going back to where you felt the wound, which part of the body, maybe you need to reflect back to your journal. And what I'd like to do is either sitting up or laying down again with your soles flat on the floor, so your legs are bent but you're comfortable. However you are in a comfortable position, what I'd like you to do is bring to mind someone or something that just brings joy to your heart. So visualize someone or something, or even some place that just brings a sense of joy to your heart. Really allow that visualization to become very vivid. Notice what happens in the body as you visualize and bring to mind this person, thing or place that just brings joy to your heart. Notice how the body responds, how this lands. Allow that sensation to expand just as the visualization becomes more and more vivid. expansive feeling from this vivid visualization. And now just honing in into the physical area of the body where you identified your racialized traumatic wound. And I want you to direct that expansion of feeling, of joy, loving kindness that comes with this vivid visualization. Direct that energetic presence into that area of the body. So, as a reminder for me, it was in my stomach. So now I'm allowing my stomach to feel as though it's expanding with or being literally comforted by a sense of expansive joy. It may come with a colour, it may come with an additional sensation of warmth, expansive joy, soothing, flowing through and through, for me, the stomach. So maintain the visualization, let it become vivid, feel the energetic quality of the joy that it fills your heart with, but then direct that quality to the area you identified earlier. Tending the wound of racialized trauma, bathing it in joyous, loving, kind, compassionate, nurturing, if it's available to you, you may want to place a hand in that area. But the important thing is to keep the visualization vivid and really direct the felt sense of the energetic quality that comes with just joy in the heart to that area, to the area where the wound arose, the somatic experience of your racialized trauma, now bathed in this joyous energy. And we have no expectation here, we're just simply tending the wound. And in this case, offering it joyous, loving, kind, compassionate energy, initiated through the visualization of someone or something or somewhere that just makes our heart sing with joy. Offer it kindly, patiently, with tenderness. And try and stay relaxed. If you notice any tension in the body, just soften. vivid visualization, clear sense of joyfulness directed to the area in the body most needing it right now, tending the wounds of racialized trauma, building resilience, developing our power of discernment, and not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of those who came before us and for those who are yet to come. Wow, what a blessing and what wisdom we have. Please remember, if at any time this is a little overwhelming, and just simply relax, open your eyes, orient yourself to your space, shake it out a little, relax the jaw, maybe take a sip of water. And slowly allowing the visualization to dissolve, letting go of the practice of directing the quality. A few deep breaths in and out. If the eyes were closed, maybe as you allow them to open, just orientate yourself to your space. Allowing the eyes to fall on objects and just spend a moment really gazing at those objects. Maybe if one's close enough you can even pick it up and just observe it a little closer than you would normally. And if you're ready, just going back to your journal and just journaling the practice of, some might call this a ventral vagal anchor. So it's definitely a visualization practice where we visualize something that fills our heart with joy, moving us towards ventral vagal nervous system capacity. And then we take that energy which manifests out of the visualization and we place it into the area that we identified earlier as our racialized traumatic wound area, and we offer that energy into that space as a healing energy. So just maybe journal your visualization, what it was, how it appeared, how it felt, and where you directed it. And we just pause and one final check-in. How is the muscle tone? How is the breath? How is the heart rate? How is our heart mind? How's our sense of vitality? And can I land in my spacious, silent presence? And in landing there, can I rest there? And hopefully increasingly more so than when you first checked in. And we shall just again come onto the knees. Open the arms to the side body. Kinetic fists, close the fingertips in, thumbs on the top. Right hand to the top of the left breast. Left hand to the top of the right breast. Inhale, raise up, curl the toes, sit back. Asa, steadfast as the pillar. Dejatu, Dua. Steadfast, steady in our practice, our commitment to tend our wounds of racialized trauma, building resilience, building capacity, stand as a pillar, strong and steady. Inhale, raise the hands up. Exhale, palms facing down. Bring the hands down to the side body. Raise up and curl the toes. Set the bottom to the heels. Sema. May our practice be for the highest benefit of all beings in all times and spaces. We give praise and thanks to the ancestors. We acknowledge their contribution, and we offer our contribution in this time and space to those yet to come, and to those whose shoulders we stand on. Ashe, Ashe.